Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
So
Good
today
morning,
we
sir.
will see
Good morning, sir.
the remaining part of our rural marketing. Let us have an overview of rural marketing. Scope of rural marketing: large population. According to 2001 census, rural population is 72% of total population, and it is scattered over a wide range of geographical area. And according to 2011 census, rural population is 68% and 68% of total population, and it is also scattered over a wide range of geographical area. Means rural markets are having 68% of the total population, and they are scattered. That's the problem. Geographically they are scattered, not concentric in one place. Rising rural prosperity: average income level has improved due to modern farming practices, contract farming concept, individualization, migration to urban areas, and remittance of money by family members settled abroad. The rural areas are getting prospered. Means there is a rising rural prosperity we can observe. Recently, state government has made an amendment to the APMC Act. All of you are aware. What's that amendment? A farmer can sell his or her crops to anybody. Earlier it was they should sell it to APMC only. But now they have given a chance or an opportunity to sell their crops to anybody according to their wish. And also modern farming practices which are adopted by the farmers in their agricultural activities. Contract farming concept which you have seen in the ITC e-Chopal. Industrialization, migration to urban areas, and the family members of the farmers who settled abroad, they are sending the money. So from all these, the average income level is increasing in the rural area. If you go to Dakshina Kannada as well as Kerala state, majority of the people are in abroad. Their parents are here in agricultural activity. Every year they get crores to 100 crores or 1000 crores together of money in their bank accounts by those abroad people. So this is making a rural prosperity. Growth in consumption: there is a growth in purchasing power of rural consumers. The average per capita household expenditure is rupees 382. So per household expenditure is 382 rupees. Just imagine, they spend 382 rupees for their regular requirements. Changing lifestyle of rural consumer changed considerably. Yeah, we have seen and we are witnessing for it. Most of the rural consumer are getting educated. They are going for higher education, and their lifestyle is also changing. They are also wearing the jeans, t-shirts, what we wear in the urban areas. They also started following the online platform. So these changes in their lifestyle is also influencing the rural markets. Life cycle advantage: the products which have attained the maturity stage in the urban market is still in growth stage in the rural market. For example, popular soaps, skin cream, talcum powder, etc. You can get the advantage of life cycle, product life cycle in rural areas. The products which are in maturity level at urban areas, they are still in a growth stage at the rural areas. For example, Lux soap, Hammam soap, Rexona soap, which are maturity stage in urban area, whereas in rural area till they are in a growth stage. Market growth rate higher than urban. As per the survey made by NCAER, the growth rate of FMCG market and durable market is higher in rural areas. The rural market share is more than 50% for products like body talcum powder, toilet soaps, cooking oil, hair oil, etc. If you go through the survey of NCAER, you just Google it, you will get the survey made by NCAER. They told that the growth rate of FMCG and durable products are higher in rural areas as compared to urban area. And the rural market share is more than 50% for products like body talcum powder, toilet soaps, cooking oil, hair oil. Firms entire revenues, more than 50% revenue is generated from rural area. Just imagine the potentiality of the rural area. Then rural marketing is not expensive. To promote consumer durables inside a state costs rupees 1 crore, while in urban areas it will cost in millions. Yeah, you don't get much cost if you promote your products or brands in the rural areas, just doing wall paints, mobile vans, and creating awareness using some campaigns and some demos. With this you can promote your product, whereas in urban areas it costs more, because you need to go for scrolling, you need to go for television advertisement, you need to go for magazine advertisements, that costs more in the urban areas, whereas in rural area it costs less. So this is the scope for rural marketing for the MNCs. Hope you are following. Any doubts or any questions on this scope of rural marketing? Anyone?
No, sir.
Following?
No,
Am
sir.
I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes,
Good.
sir.
We'll go to the next slide. Components of rural markets. For the market to exist, certain conditions must be satisfied. These conditions should be both necessary and sufficient. They also they may also be termed as the components of the market. The rural market's components are existence of a good commodity for transactions. Physical existence is, however, not necessary. See, the major components of the rural market is existence of good commodity for transactions. So you need to sell them physically. You can't sell them online, or you can't use any other way of selling. They want to touch, feel, and purchase the products. This is their habit of purchasing the product. Got it? Then existence of buyers and sellers. Yeah, you need to be present in the place where you want to sell the product, especially in rural market. In case of urban market, you can sell your products from anywhere to any customer. But rural market till today, though they are developed, progressed a lot, till they want to touch, feel, and sense the product. Business relationship or intercourse between buyers and sellers. So there is a need of relationship between the buyers and sellers. Without this, it is not possible. Demarcation of areas such as place, region, country, or the whole world, the existence of perfect completion or a uniform price is not necessary. You need not to set the uniform price in the rural market. Depends upon the demand, depends upon the requirement of the people, you can vary your prices. So this is about components of rural markets. Hope you are following.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Well, then we'll go to the next slide, that is challenges in rural marketing. As I told you, rural markets are scattered. They are not concentric in one place. Across the country, the rural places are scattered, and it is very difficult to access the rural areas quickly, maybe because of the infrastructure, roads, connectivity, etc. There are so many challenges a firm has to face if they decide to go for rural markets. The first and foremost challenge is transportation problems. Transportation is essential for movement of products from urban production centers to remote villages. You need transportations to connect the urban manufactured products to sell it in a rural area. In rural India, transportation facilities are quite poor. Till today, though we had Prime Minister Sadak Yojana, we had so many infrastructure development programs by the central government as well as state government. Till today, there is a problem that the rural India is still facing the transportation facilities. Some of the rural areas are not yet connected with the transportations because of their topology, Means some of them are in hill areas, some of them are interior, some of them are in forests. Likewise, there were so many natural hurdles we can find till 100% rural areas are not connected with the transportation. Further, nearly 80% of villages in the country are not connected by well constructed roads. As I told you, though we had these all kind of programs, but till today 80% of villages in the countries are not connected by constructed roads. You will get a road, a kacha road, but not the two lane or highway, state highway or national highways in the rural areas. Many parts of India have kacha roads. Due to poor transportation facilities, it is not possible for a marketer to access the rural market. Yeah, this become a big obstacle for the firms to reach the rural areas, as it is not possible for the MNCs or for the companies to reach the rural areas, as they are not connected with the well transportation facilities. And second one is warehousing problems. A storage function is necessary because there is a time gap between production and consumption of commodities. In case of product marketing, I'm talking. If it is a service marketing, then there is no gap between production and consumption. You can't separate it. That's what it was called as non-separable. But in product marketing, you need to, there is a time gap between production and consumption of commodities. For example, some products, say Parle-G today we eat, it is manufactured in the month of January or February. And we purchase a car which is manufactured in 2019 and got as a 2019 model. Is it not? So there is a time gap between the production and consumption. Agricultural commodities are produced seasonally, but they are demanded over the year. So there is no need to, there is a need to store them. Yeah, agricultural products like your foods, maybe groceries, your horticultural products, and your fisheries, and your honey, etc., are demanded over the year. Mango is available only in summer, but there is a demand for mango throughout the year. Some people demand it in winter season, rainy season. So how to preserve these mangoes for a year? That's the problem. In rural areas, there is a lack of public as well as private warehousing. We have a shortage of warehousing. Recently, due to corona pandemic, you have seen how much scarcity of food that we have faced, especially for the below poverty line. The government was struggling to distribute the groceries or food to the poor people, as there were lack of warehousing problems. Though there were a lot of stock in Delhi, but taking that bulk and bringing it to the villages, storing it in the villages, we don't have warehouses to store it. Then how come we store it? That there arises the warehousing problem. Marketers face problems to storage of their goods, but due to non-availability of power as well as television sets, majority of rural population cannot get the benefits of various media. Yeah, not only warehousing problem, we have a problem of power cut, especially in the rural areas, where you need power for preserving the foods. For example, cold storages require continuous electric supply. For preserving your fruits, for preserving your vegetables, you need electricity. But there is a problem in rural area of continuous supply of power, continuous supply of water, and there are no well structured warehousing in the rural areas. Then many languages. India is a country of many languages. Language becomes barrier in effective communication in the market efforts. The number of languages vary from state to state, region to region, districts to district, etc. One more challenge in the rural area is, if you come to the South India, there are so many languages you will find. You have a Kannada, you have Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, you have Tulu, you have a Padava, you have a Lambani, you have several languages. So it become a big hurdle for the marketers how to communicate the people about their products, either in Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, or Tulu, Padava, Konkani, Lambani. So, and it is not possible to communicate in all the languages because it incurs cost. Am I right? Then low level of literacy. the literacy rate is low in rural areas as compared to urban areas. Yeah, we have seen the 2011 census, and there we understood till today the literacy rate is low as compared to urban areas. Marketers face communication problem due to the lack of literacy rate. The marketers usually they speak either English or in Hindi, and they can't speak in local languages. Whereas the rural people can't understand either English or Hindi. That becomes a hurdle or a barrier for the marketers to communicate about their company. Print medium is not much effective and it is irrelevant since its reach is poor. So low level of literacy becomes challenge for marketers in rural areas. If you want to print the ad in local language and circulate it in the rural areas or villages, the reach is very low, and again it becomes a barrier for you to reach all the customers in the rural area. Seasonal demand. Seasonal demand is main problem of rural market. Agriculture situation plays a significant role in the demand of commodities in the rural market because it is the main source of income. Again, agriculture depends upon monsoon, so buying capacity of rural consumer varies. Despite this, many rural areas are not connected by rail transport. Kacha roads become unserviceable during monsoon. Yeah, the seasonal demand is the biggest problem with the rural market. You can't supply the products which are grown in seasons. As I told you, mango, corns, and pomegranates, and other fruits. They are available only in seasons. You can't preserve them, and moreover, due to the monsoon, the buying capacity of rural consumer varies. If there is a good monsoon and they get good crop, they will get more purchasing power and they purchase. If there is a drought and there is no crop, there is no yield, then they can't purchase. So this seasonal demand also become a biggest problem for the marketers. So this is all about the challenges in the rural